Hey, what's up, everybody? Get this, get this organized. Let us know how the audio is. If it's good and clear, it looks like it's good on our end, but I switched up the mic for tonight, so I never know. Anyways, I'm here with Joe
Hello.
from BCM Plastics. So, I met Joe. Well, I guess we didn't meet, but we were both at the same event late last fall.
It was
Krampus
December.
Cross?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Krampus Cross.
Yeah, December 4th. I know because I have a poster hanging over here, so I never
Yeah.
forget when I'm making my coffee in the morning. But yeah, so, you found the channel after
I found the
Krampus Cross?
channel after Krampus Cross because I it was like the first cross race I ever did, which was kind of a interesting cross race to choose because it's the state I think championships
Yeah.
and it's freezing cold. But I wanted to do one with my kids because they were super curious about it. So we did Krampus Cross together because that was the only one left. And then I was just kind of looking through the forums, and I think you posted all of your pictures that you took. It's like, oh, this guy's pretty cool. And noticed you had a channel, and ever since then, kind of been following you. And, it's
Nice.
like everything you do is really close to what I do, or in the vicinity of what I do, and in the same area, and discovered new things and seen familiar things on there. So
Nice. Yeah, because you said you're out towards Stowe, right?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so yeah, the hike and bike goes
Yeah, it goes
pretty
right
close to you.
through. I'm like a mile from the bike and hike.
Oh, nice.
So
What's up, guys? Let's see who's we have in here while we're doing the introductions, too. Party Size, Micah D, the other Micah. Tony, how's it going? Hope you're feeling better. Tony was going to be one of the leaders of the ride I was at on Saturday, but he got really sick. The Yeti squad.
oh, gotcha.
Bradley, William. Yeah, it's been a while, William. William's up in the Detroit area. So, yeah. So when you did the cross race, I don't think I actually asked you this. Did you ride a cross bike or did you do?
So I had just got like literally a day or two before my all city super professional from Blimp City. Or
Oh,
sorry,
nice.
not from Blimp City, from Dirty River. Why did
Oh,
I say
yeah,
Blimp
yeah.
City? Sorry. Sorry, Otis. From
Yeah.
Dirty River.
Everyone's cool. All the shops are cool with each other. Around
Yeah,
here.
yeah. So, but no, I had, Otis was running a sale like he is now. You should stop in.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah. I saw him post today. What, 20% off frames?
the one that got me was 40% off GTs.
Yeah, yeah.
So
40% off the
that's
mountain bikes.
pretty.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, and I think 20% off a lot of other brands. But no, he was running a sale, and I've kind of had my eye on that one for a while, and then the cross race was coming up, and I didn't really have anything to ride in it other than my mountain bike. So I was like, well, if I do like the things that I didn't need were stacking up enough to like say I needed it
Yeah.
to myself. I don't know. So I did it, and I went on the race. It was like literally a day or two before. So I rode the cross.
Oh no way.
Yeah, I rode the cross race with like basically a stock super professional with the flat bars and everything.
Oh, okay. What is the build on that? Is that a
It's
SRAM?
it's a SRAM. What is that called?
Apex?
Apex One. Yeah, it's their 1x11
Oh, nice.
on there.
Super Pros are rad.
Yeah,
is
it's a
that
great frame.
is that like the Aquaish one?
It's like it's green with I don't know what color green you'd call that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of retro-y with a white center, on both the C tube and the down tube.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's still one of their best
And
looking bikes. I haven't been crazy
yeah,
about a lot of their colorways the last few years.
yeah. That's like I love green bikes, so I had to get that one.
I'm looking around. I think green is one of the only colors of bikes that I don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you found the channel and then you reached out to me a couple months ago. I think I was probably when we were in Connecticut or something about meeting up. You emailed me that you had a bike company in town or a bike. I said
Yeah.
component. I was trying to think of what would be the way to, because even in the title of this video, I'm like,
Accessories.
Brian
Like,
Barron
yeah,
subscribed to the
yeah.
channel.
so you have a company because, did you say you just bought this company?
Yeah, so I've always, I come from a family of entrepreneurs. My dad's owned a business for a long time. My brother owns a business, and I've always wanted to own a business, and I thought it'd be, something I've always wanted to do. But I've always been like good enough in my job that I kept getting more and more responsibility and doing things, and never really broke into that. Just so happened I was looking for these parts, and the guy's like, "Hey, I'm getting out of this." He used to be based out of Pittsburgh,
Hmm.
and so we just started talking, and over the course of like 2-3 months, I ended up buying the business off of him.
And that was this summer.
That was over the summer, yeah.
Should show some of these. So the entire. I haven't checked my GoPro. Is it working? Yeah. So the business is making.
It's a nice gunner, by the way.
Yeah. So colorful Presta valve caps, which I ironically have some from Dirty River on
Okay.
my daily driver. I have a red and blue one because my bike is all red and blue. So yeah, we met up. We were chatting about the business and stuff. So were you saying you were like kind of just letting it run as is
Yeah,
for a
I
while
just
'cause
let
you were
it
busy?
go. Just kind of moved all the operations over, moved all the inventory over. Had to sort through a whole bunch of stuff because it was like just piles of caps, and I didn't really know what I had in there. Um, and then kind of got into a bunch of time wasting activities, we'll call it, with Amazon, trying to get
Mm.
keep some of his. He had built up a decent reputation on Amazon, so I was trying to keep hold of that, but I couldn't quite transfer that over. So I eventually just said, heck with that. I'm gonna just let things run as they are until when I get enough time. I'm gonna try to rebrand everything and redo things on Amazon.
Oh, we haven't brought that up. It's BCM
It's
Plastics. Can you
BCM
tell me what that
Plastics.
stands
So
for,
it
Nick?
stands for bike, car, motorcycle. And that's part of what I'm trying to do today, hopefully, is like get some ideas and how for rebranding. This whole venture for me was more about learning how to run a business,
Mm-hmm.
learning what it takes. I think I probably told you this before. Like, I could have gone and registered for a class
Yeah.
at Akron U and, gave them a bunch of money and then got out of there and had no experience and didn't know what I was doing. But I figured I could buy this small business and just kind of dive into it. I was hoping there would be more there, I guess,
Mm.
like already set up, and I wouldn't have to rebuild some of the branding stuff and the marketing stuff because I knew I had no idea what I was doing in that area. My background's in engineering, so I knew I could do all the building, the making, the sorting, the organizing,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. But all that stuff is new to me, so I'm kind of learning a whole bunch of stuff about marketing and branding and um, online stores,
Yeah.
all that stuff. And it's what's nice about this business is it's small enough where where I can learn it all, and it's low risk enough where it's not like a big deal if I lose it, but
Yeah.
it's interesting enough, and my kids are interested in it enough where I'm hoping that I can, maybe it'd be a good summer gig, or eventually they can take it over and, help them.
Hmm.
And it kind of supports my bike habit. That's ultimately the
Make a little
goal.
money here and
Yeah,
then put it into your bikes.
everything I make here, I can justify buying bike stuff with it. So that's kind of the goal.
Yeah. So I saw that Tony said he has some on his Space Horse. So
Oh, cool.
probably got him from Dirty River. And then Chris said he's all about those green caps. Plastic doesn't corrode. Because say what's up to everyone else. Dylan, the other Chris, Raymond, Muskrat. How you guys all doing? Bob Choi. Are you the Bob Choi that I went to high school with? I know I went to high school with a Bob Choi. But it
Okay.
must be a different one. Because he said love your videos and photos. Anyways.
When I talk, I'm quiet.
Yeah, I bumped up our volume
Oh,
a little
okay.
bit and turned
Gotcha.
the mic in your direction a little more, so hopefully it evens out. That's always. I was thinking. One thing I was thinking of putting the wireless mics on us tonight. Then it wouldn't have mattered as much. But then I was like, I just forgot to charge them.
But yeah, the plastic caps, the big reason for plastic, and kind of the reason I liked this business because I thought it had a niche in plastic. There's a whole lot of aluminum caps out there, but they're aluminum. You're kind of limited in color choices. With plastic, you can run any Pantone color, which is kind of neat. So right now we have 24 colors, but I could run in any color, which is kind of cool. Whereas with aluminum, you're kind of stuck to the coatings or the
Is that
painting.
do they anodize aluminum, or is that only
You can
steel?
anodize it. You can even paint it. Like
Oh,
if you want to go really cheap, or there's other little processes you can do that just really bad finishes on there, but good enough for a valve cap.
yeah. That's
Oh,
Tony's.
that's cool. That's really nice.
That's Tony's there, right there.
Yeah.
That's actually, I do like. I was saying haven't been crazy about the all city colorways, but I actually do like
That
this
is a
bike
good
as
one.
well.
Yeah.
That's one that actually has been a good looking one.
But the other thing aluminum does is cold weld to the valve stem.
Oh,
So if you're those two dissimilar metals could over time corrode, and you don't notice it if you don't like. I think most people on this channel probably pump their tires up often enough. But if you don't take it on or off frequently enough, it could get stuck on there. So it's not like a big deal because you just might have to replace a valve stem, but it is a big deal when you're in the middle of a ride and you gotta, change a flat or put more air in your tire or something. Then it's really hard to get the darn thing off. And
I have some. Man, I don't know what they're made of, but it's actually upstairs. It's my dad's old motorbook Honda. It had metal. It's Schrader, but it had metal Schrader valve caps. And one time I was using vice grips.
Yeah, they'll get stuck on there. So, or if you're riding in the cold, it could get stuck on there too.
First off, what's up, Bob? If you come back, I've never called you Bob. Jung is the name we called him growing up. But if you're back over the holidays, you should hit me up. But good to hear from you. But Dylan said, so these are injected, molded, and not 3D printed, right? And then he asked any interest in 3D printing in the future.
Yeah, so these are injected molded. Ironically, I sell my caps to a lot of people who do 3D printing. So I have a handful of customers that 3D print designs with the cap-shaped hole underneath, and they'll stick this in there for a Presta version, or they'll stick a Schrader plastic cap in there for a Schrader version. Maybe, yeah. I mean, I could see myself with some dinosaurs or something on my bike at some point, but yeah, right now, no, just because of the business model on that is kind of, again, this is a learning thing for me, but it's a whole different ball game. That's more like made to order almost, or really small runs. This is kind of something I'm hoping to learn more about the marketing side of things. But yeah, I mean, I'm willing to work with people who do that. Yeah, for sure.
Because we were talking when we met up, and a lot of people on this channel know Woody, who does roach clips. And 3D printing is his thing, but yeah, smaller runs of unique things. And then also he does the dice, but those have a metal.
Yeah, they have a Schrader Presta adapter.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I have some on my bikes over there.
So he could shave like 4 grams if he switched to BCM Plastics. I'm just saying.
Weight weaning it. Yeah. Yeah. So we were talking too. You were talking with the marketing thing. Like I was thinking one interesting route to go would be trying to sell volume to bike shops. So then they're the ones who are selling them. But you were saying the eBay business does really well on its own.
Yeah, it's
that's like the business kind of, right?
Yeah, well, right now I think if I could get on another channel, that would be even better than eBay. But right now eBay is doing fine because, people want to customize their bike. As soon as you get it, the easiest thing you could do is unscrew the valve cap and screw another one on. You don't need any special tools. You don't need anything more than $10, So I think that's what people like to do because you can do it super easy, and there's a lot of colors available, a lot of styles of caps to throw on there, and kind of makes that one look like your bike, right? Yeah. It's the one thing that makes it yours.
Yeah, it's funny because if I get something done at Dirty River, like, and when mine come off, because I have the one red and one blue, I'm always I'm noticing. I'm like, make sure that one is the one that makes it way back on my bike. And it's funny because I'm actually less like that than most of my friends who make sure they get the right Chris King headset that matches and the right hubs that match. But it's funny because that is my one little thing that I keep going on that bike.
Yeah.
Even though I've lost all the other like original components now because I've just wanted things to work on there. Like I love my red and blue Presto valve caps. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the reason I was looking for these in the first place, the caps, to go way back, is I was telling you, like, we have a little bike shop in our garage, and we collect all the trash bikes in the neighborhood, and over time make a bike out of it, and sell it or give it to somebody, depending on the bike. But I'm constantly needing little caps or wire crimps and stuff like that to stick on there. So I was looking. I knew I had heard about this company, and then I had bought some stuff from them before, and I was looking. I needed another batch of caps, and it's fun because then it always looks different. Like I would
yeah.
just pick a different color. I didn't try to match it. I would just pick something different every time.
Tony said realizing my bikes are 100% BCM or roach clips, keeping it local. And Dylan said those eBay fees are steep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I was saying because when I originally checked out your website, it linked to all the eBay stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
do you ever think about making that just a
Yeah.
eBay separate and direct sales on the website, which you've done since then, right?
Yeah, I've done that since then. That was some good advice I think you gave me, and I was like, it. I was so stuck on Amazon.
Yeah.
That was the only thing. Like for whatever reason, I was just really upset that couldn't move all those assets in Amazon.
Yeah.
And I was just, I don't know, that had blinded me from, hey, there's other things outside of Amazon, because Amazon's getting into a little bit of a crazy place to be if you're a seller, as well. And yeah, now you don't have to go on eBay. You can go right to bcmplastics.com. You can order any of the colors in a 4 or a 12 pack. And if you can't decide, I've got a 10 pack of our 5 most popular colors, or you can just get 2 of everything on there too, a 48 pack.
It's, Chris said, yes, every bike gets new caps. And then Party Size said, the real question is, are you going to make caps for those forsaken Fillmore valves that I keep losing the caps for? So I've heard this before. Have you seen the new Fillmores? They're new.
No. The Forsaken Fillmore caps.
So,
or Fillmore valves.
Yeah, Fillmore valves. So,
Okay.
Yeah, that's the new. I watched bikepacking.com did a video on it, and I watched it, and it's like people have had problems with Presta valves, and Schrader have been out of style for a long time.
I haven't gone down that road yet.
Yeah.
No, I need to go look at those.
Yeah, check it out. I don't know, because that's one thing I think might be interesting, and maybe now's a good time to bring it up. Is like we were talking a little bit about tooling, and people don't realize how complicated that is. Because you said
Super
you've made things
complicated.
in a couple different places, and some places you said weren't you telling me you couldn't even use them?
Yeah. So when so some of the caps are made here, and some of the caps are not made here. And when I acquired this company, I thought I would get some tooling and things, but it was just not even in good enough shape to use. So we ended up not using any of that because it was so inconsistent, the runs and things that we had. It was really just not worth our time. I've worked, I'm an electrical engineer by trade, but I've worked enough with mechanical folks, and like I've worked at a Moen here, and they make a ton of plastic parts. So like finding a good mold and building one is super expensive, and then it's about like quality of the part, obviously, but then for somebody my size, like to scale that is crazy expensive.
That's what it kind of ties in with Blackball saying second for colored caps for Fillmore valves. Since Fillmore valves haven't completely caught on yet, the initial investment until they did would probably not be worth it for anyone.
Probably,
right? It would have to be,
probably not. Like the market would be so small, and it's not like I mean, if Fillmore caps were $80 a piece, maybe, but I'm guessing they're not.
Yeah,
they're
I
probably,
think Fillmore they are expensive, but yeah, like
the
to sell
cap
plastic
itself.
Cap, it can't be to build out the tooling and then to get your money, your return on investment.
Yep. So you have to make relationships with somebody who owns that tool.
They would have,
or that factory or what have you. And there's a couple good tools out there and a couple bad ones, and there's a couple good manufacturers and a couple bad ones, and I've learned some of those things already.
Muskrat said he would like a red Devo Energy dome cap. That would be on the 3D printing level for sure. I think Woody would Roach Clips would be your guy to hit up about that. 'Cause
Yeah.
he could do the small runs.
There's a guy I sold thousands of caps to now. That he makes these coffee cups. I really wish I remember his name. I'll look it up here in a minute. But he just sold these cups and he 3D prints them. And he was asking me like, how do I build these? Like what's it gonna take to build a mold to do this? Because I like can't print them out fast enough. And even there, like we determined it was probably still more cost effective for him to go to a local like parts or 3D print house that could do this in some sort of volume, and it would actually be a lot cheaper than going down that path. Because once you build that mold, a lot of people don't want to hold on to it and just to do these small runs, right? Because to run 10,000 caps, it doesn't take very long.
Yeah.
So you would have to kind of, like we were talking about going overseas and doing all this. It's like I can't even find somebody who will pick up the phone in the States to do a couple hours or a day of work and then hold on to that tool forever
Till the time you need it.
Yeah.
So actually, I've photographed in machine shops, like extrusion machine companies. The Akron area has a lot of like tooling and machine stuff. I think probably way more than people think. And I guess
Oh yeah.
I was asking one guy, and I was like, "Is this normal? Is every city like this, or every region?" And they said, "No, it's definitely a legacy of rubber and the auto industry.
A lot of
being
auto
nearby."
stuff here, yeah.
Yeah, but I actually haven't been. So when we were talking about tooling for injection molding, is it literally like a block of aluminum that's the reverse, like negative shape of a Presta valve cap?
Yeah, I mean it's a couple. I am by no means a tooling expert.
Yeah.
I've worked with a lot of really good guys who are, and like, but from what like you would need probably at least a 2-piece tool, right? Because you would almost need a top half and a bottom half, and they come together. And I'm pretty sure these get injected in at the top. So depending on how complicated the part is, you could have multiple pieces, right? And to come in and reverse it. Like it's an amazing process. There's a couple of really good YouTube videos out there that kind of really walk through the whole thing, but a lot goes into that.
Way more than people would think when you think of like it's a little simple piece of plastic, but those threads, like we were talking, like we were saying, the wrong tolerances for the one company that was
or if it's a little bit like if you don't make a good tool, you might get some really thin wall spot in that cap, and then every time you twist it, it'll just crack right there.
See what the questions are before we move on. People would love to customize Fillmores. Definitely not like Presta caps. It's integrated parts so you can bleed off air. That's right. I did watch about that. And then Party Size says they're $15 a piece. So
okay, that's pretty decent.
Tony said, "What's a Fillmore valve?" Sounds like something I'm gonna have to wait till 10 p.m. to give my opinion on. So for anyone new, that we have a rule that no one cusses till 10 p.m. So
okay.
Santa Cruz makes it. Tony, better flow, less clogging from sealant. $50 a pair of.
So, tell me how you really feel about BCM before 10.
Yeah. Fits Presto hole and pumped. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, we should pull them up.
Yeah,
we're talking about because everyone's asking. And I've watched the video, but it's been a little while now, and it seemed real intriguing. But then a couple people have in the Discord here have been talking about.
I feel like I should know what these are, but so those come off.
Yeah, so it is like, that's right. So the cap is integrated because you need it.
Yeah. How do you lose those?
Oh, wait, I don't have them on screen. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are Fillmore valves, obviously, for tubeless. But I'm trying to remember, do you flip around the cap to make it where the Presta goes? The whole key is, like, when you look at a Presta and that tiny little piece of metal is horrible for tubeless. And we've all been there where it's clogs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there's a couple things about these that sound really, really good, but people have talked about also the problems with them. So, what's up, Nathan? What's up, Chris? Yeah, it's worth. They really did unpack it on unpacking on bikepacking.com. But it's worth looking into. I wonder, because obviously
I want
are,
to see what's that called? A cross section.
Yeah, see if anyone on the image search.
Because then I might understand what's going on in there.
Yeah, that shows how it would look without the. You can see how the pump would work.
The picture right next to that one looked like it was gonna. Oh wait, go back.
I just need to exit out of
Oh, there you go. See that?
that. Oh yeah. Oh whoops. Why'd that?
That one looked like science happening right there.
Yeah, I think it's showing why it works well, but the cap comes off like any normal valve. To bleed air, you slightly loosen it, half turn, and press down. I got you.
Gotcha.
Dylan said, I see you unpacking that pun, Tim. Yeah, I wonder if there was a cross-section. Like I said, I watched it. I was intrigued. I only have one tubeless.
Because like some of these, it looks like a Presta, but it's...
Yeah.
I don't see...
I was intrigued, but then I thought it was a couple people like Dylan who had talked about it and were not crazy about it.
Oh, I see.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there's much less room for like sealant to get stuck in there.
Yeah, the core doesn't go all the way through there. So.
Yeah, and on the other side you have way more surface area for sealant to just start getting slopped up in there.
People are getting mad about me using Bing again. Microsoft gives me rewards for using Bing.
Hey, we found what we needed.
Yeah, exactly. I don't use Bing Maps. I mean, I have a line somewhere.
We found what we needed, and we're not getting a ton of ads for it.
Yeah.
That's weird. My phone's giving me ads for these valves I don't need.
Yeah, now you'll get them all the time.
Yeah, and for BCM, who's that?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what they're saying. I know the price was one of the negatives, and I'm trying to remember.
Well, that'll probably come down once it's more popular.
Yeah, it's just anything new. Like you're saying, we're talking about tooling. Could you imagine look at all the little pieces?
What's on the inside of that cap? So that I definitely see where you would want the valve.
Yeah.
And the cap still just presses that plunger down, it looks like.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy about it. Although it may, depending on how much pressure's on it, it may need to be aluminum or brass, whatever that is.
Dylan said he's not that impressed by them, honestly. He has 3 pairs and they're just kind of, and then Lanky said, I shouldn't say they suck, but they're nothing special. So, have you met Lanky? He would, I don't remember if he was.
I think I've seen his, he has a YouTube channel now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some of that.
Too.
The video I saw that I remember, I think, is him riding to Boston Mills, because it's something I've always wanted to do.
Oh, yeah, the ski one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have to do with a snowboard, though.
Yeah, he was doing how to bring your skis.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
And I didn't think of that, like how hard that would be to mount your skis to your bike.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the hardest part. And riding in Ohio in the snow with cars.
Yeah.
I'll give you credit there too.
I actually just learned that the belay straps, there's one sitting right here, they were started as a ski company, and it was to bind your skis
Yeah, to
together.
bind your skis up. Yeah.
I didn't know that till they're in Salt Lake City or something like that.
Sounds right. Yeah.
And they make everything in the U.S. too. Another
Cool.
thing I didn't know. But me and Yonda, the mechanic, Dirty River, just went down that rabbit hole because they have custom ones. He's like, you should try and do custom belay straps. I'm like, I'm not big enough to have a shelf full of belay straps. So, but if you're looking to put a BCM,
yeah, maybe round 2, next product.
Yeah, Party Size says they aren't special, and none of my fancy caps work with them.
Gotcha.
So anyway, I guess we should talk about the branding aspect, which was one of the things. So
yeah,
I was saying one of the first things I thought is I was like, BCM Plastics. Like nothing about that says bikes to me. Like you told me, bicycle, cars, motorcycles.
Yeah.
Why cars? Because cars never had Prestas.
Well, he was going to like kind of build a plastics empire, I think was the thought of what. Yeah, he was going to build all different accessories and. He had Schrader caps for a while. I've looked into that. I just got some samples in on Schrader just because so many people ask me for Schraders.
Oh, really? Do they?
Yeah, they're like, hey, because you think about most of the bikes out there are Schrader.
Yeah, I guess
like,
it's just in the bike nerd world, no one's
And
running
people who
Schrader.
like bikes, don't have a Schrader, but I mean, all kids' bikes are still Schraders.
Oh, and
All,
kids, yeah, that's
most entry level bikes are Schrader. So
Hmm.
the majority of bikes or bike wheels are Schrader.
Still Schrader, yeah. Because I have a couple 26-inch bikes, which are usually Schrader.
Yeah.
The wheels on
Yep,
26-inch
yep.
bikes are Schrader. So I still need a pump. I always need pumps that work for both.
Mm-hmm.
But if I think of my friends, like they've never had a Schrader valve on anything,
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's interesting to think of it.
Yeah,
that
most people ask, and that's why on eBay, like the first thing is this is not for a Schrader
Oh, 'cause
valve
they're gonna
because
order 'em and then
so
want-
many people order them and they're like these don't fit, and like you said they're for a bike, and I'm like yeah, I did,
Yeah, just not, yeah.
but it's surprising. I mean, I think it's cool that many people who own even an entry level bike want to customize it some
Yeah.
way, right?
It makes sense that it's something you should be in then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, that's a really interesting revelation right now for me to think of is that because to me it's like I grew up with Schrader because I always had 26 inchers,
Yeah.
but I just thought it's kind of gone away. But you're right, the majority of bikes are Schrader.
Yeah, our bike wheels anyway.
Yeah, bike wheels. Yeah. Yeah, that's what Party Size is saying. Oh, and now the fact that vintage mountain bikes, as someone who owns two of them and two
Yeah.
frames hanging there, like are really popular. I actually was hoping to meet with a friend tomorrow who he has a carbon wheel company, and I was like, and I did some photos for him, and I was going to trade for a set of carbon wheels for my Schwinn road bike, my fast road
Oh,
bike.
okay, yeah.
And then I was like, that's not necessary. And I'm like, it'd be cool. I was like, have you ever considered like a rim brake 26 incher? There would be nobody else in the world making it. And so we were going to talk about it. I guess he got a prototype made up.
Oh,
but again,
cool.
it'd be interesting to see what route he went on that. Would you stick to the Schrader or would you go?
We'll have some valve caps to try.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, if you went tubeless, I don't know. Can you adapt that like whole?
Yeah.
There's probably somebody who makes a valve that goes in there.
I guess that would be a big thing too, making a 26-inch rim that could be tubeless because I can't imagine there's one out there.
Yeah. I've never even thought to do that on a Schrader valve either. Would that even work? That can't work well. That thing's got to get gummed up, the plunger.
Yeah. I don't know.
I've never even tried that. But like even I mean even so my wife has a specialized it's like was it a rock hopper?
Either a rock hopper or
Yeah,
stone
it's
jumper,
just
probably,
like the baseline hardtail, and that came with Schraders.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one hanging up there.
It's not
the wheels.
necessarily even a cheap bike. It's not expensive, but
No, yeah, that's what that's.
and it's a 29.
Oh, it's a 29.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, huh.
It's only 2 years old.
Oh, I didn't realize they kept. I
Yeah.
didn't realize they stuck with the name since I don't.
Yeah.
When I hear rock hopper, or
hopper.
stump jumper, I picture 90s mountain bikes. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
I
what
think the
everybody
only
wants.
thing they
It's
got
the
rid
hottest
of.
bike right now, like
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
old cycling scene, but
Hard Rock was their entry
Hard
level, but I
Rock,
think
yeah.
I don't even know if they still have that, but it's the rock hopper.
yeah. So what we were thinking is, I guess, would you always like, because you're doing business as like you own the company BCM?
Yeah, it's what I'm registered as, but I think the branding should be different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think the first thing that popped in my head, I'm like, crazy color caps, and like
Yeah,
it was just
yeah.
like I'm like, don't use that. But that like instantly when I looked at the website, I'm like, BCM Plastics, like it needs to be like.
Yeah, there's
What is the because like Roach Clips has such strong
Yeah.
branding for their,
and it like is right in line with the brand of what they do, right?
Yeah.
So it's
starting with
perfect.
Roach Clips, and then he was able to branch out, but
Yeah.
that name sticks. But for the color Presta valve caps, or just say valve caps in case you do branch out, trying to think of what would be something. I think that would be a good idea because we do have some that we can give away, and I
Yeah,
think maybe like if anyone has like what you think the branding would make the most. What do you think a cool name for someone that sells this would be? And then maybe we could pick one or two good ones and send them a couple of the color of their choice.
Yeah.
But also, we're trying to brainstorm some good ideas because, like you were saying, like marketing, like running the business is something you're starting to figure out, but
Right.
marketing has never been your.
Never really been my thing, or like even that on that creative side hasn't really been something that not a muscle I've exercised very much, right? But I think at the same time, yeah, I think we could be a lot more descriptive or just like catchy,
Catchy, yeah.
something that's interesting. It's it's something nobody needs, right? Like
Yeah,
even on a especially on a Presta valve, because you don't need a cap on there necessarily
yeah.
for it to function.
Because a lot
But
of roadies don't even ride with
right,
the caps on, dust caps on, right?
yeah. So but I think it's something that, it's just it's a bike customization piece. It's something to make it a little bit different,
Yeah,
unique. Maybe something that only you know about or notice, right? But it's something that not something that's going to draw attention, but it's something that says you pay attention to detail in a lot of ways.
and I was saying this, and I don't know if you want to go down this route, but also strong branding does open up other opportunities.
Yeah.
Like I was talking about my buddies at Whiskerton who make lamps, but everyone who shows up to their booth, they look at that and they're like, maybe they're at a craft show or something like that, and they're not going to walk out with a light. But then when they have the table that has some shirts and stickers and patches or pins, that might be a $15 sale right there.
Yep.
And for you, with what your caps cost, that could be an upsell. So if the name is cool,
Yep.
and like even dropping a sticker in the bag, and then the sticker ends up on a bike, and then it just
Yep.
brand awareness grows even from that simple, stuff. Even if you don't want to go the whole T-shirt and patches
Yeah.
route, but so like an idea that would, like, yeah,
Yeah, it's something, and to be honest, like BCM was not something I came up with, so not something I'm necessarily, uh, you know, proud of.
yeah,
It's but something to come up with. I think it'd be cool to incorporate, like some local concept, Akron, Cleveland,
mm-hmm.
the bike scene, if you will, here. Um, yeah, my two boys are super excited and always eager to stuff caps in envelopes. I don't know how long that'll last. Once it, but something that they could get behind too, I think would be cool, just to have our own brand, and then grow that. And then yeah, if we grow it into something like other bike accessories or something. Right now in my mind, it's like this is still a learning thing and something that I think is cool and a little niche. If we find another thing though, yeah, it'd be cool to scoop that under the brand.
I think you were talking about this, and Dylan hit on this on his latest. What about bike detail kits? So like valves, colored zip
Yeah.
ties, headset spacers. I think this would be more of an avenue for you. Instead of you're the one packing those, you're selling those to, Chris King does. And I'm
Right.
just saying this because I know they do is limited anodized hubs and
Yeah.
headsets. They do runs of them.
Yep.
Gravel King does limited runs of colored tires. So I think one of those good avenues might eventually be to you don't have to pack, 1,000 of these, or 1,000
Yeah,
little envelopes,
yep.
but you could send a box of 1,000 to Panaracer, who's then putting
Yeah.
them with the tires,
Yep.
or something like that.
Yeah, I think I want to keep all those channels open. Like we could, because of the context and things that I have, we could run a custom color for, we actually have a Conti orange because there was an experiment there. But like, and you think about it too, when you sell tires now, you don't get a valve cap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because everybody goes tubeless. So most people get their tire, they don't buy a tube, and that, the cap's almost like a different
Yeah.
point now where you need to make that sale, if you will. I know it's still an accessory and you would run it without until you just went to the shop again, but
Yeah.
it's often now something that you don't necessarily just get when you get a new set of tires.
Yeah, I know you also brought up like maybe kiosk at a bike shop where it's that little,
Yeah,
it's that
yeah.
impulse buy, which makes sense as well.
So my thought is, I think I saw, I think Tony mentioned there. My model is keep BCM kind of more the wholesale side. So when I'm going to go work with another major brand or something, or a bike team, or working directly with bike shops, I'm still trying to grow that. I'm still learning about how that works. Otis, you need to get those caps in the front by your register and tell me how that goes.
I think that's where branding goes a long way, though,
Yeah.
because even if you see the impulse stuff,
Yep.
got fruit flies down here, it's still like it would be that like how Gooder has their like for
Mhm.
the glasses, and they have this very clean
Yeah.
branding, but like their name is good, and you pull the glasses out of that little box.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Brooks does the same thing
Yep.
with their saddle covers now. Jump through. Large did say tubeless Schraders do exist. Doe said they do make rock hoppers new.
Okay. Yeah.
Entry level Kona mountain bike has Schraders. So, and like you said, if you like your bike, you'll ride your bike, which is always something
Yep.
I agree with. Mr. Bike Caps is Chris's suggestion. I don't know. I don't know.
I think you gotta like
Yeah.
you gotta start get all those. I collect all those ideas and then
Yeah.
something kind of meshes together.
What is party sizes? Doinks doing only interesting new caps, sir.
It'd be cool though. You put your new doinks on.
Yeah. Oh, you got those new doinks?
Got the doinks. I mean, it's already catching on. So.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna use that just to say doinks. It sounds like
Yeah.
something Shaggy from Scooby Doo would say.
I watch Burn Peak a lot, and he always kind of comes up with new words for those little. Like I forget.
He's the one who's like really helpful on mountain biking.
Yeah.
Me and Aaron were watching him. Like if we watched like binging his videos last week.
Yeah, but it's that there was like that little I forget the little collar that goes in your dropper post. He had a word for that.
Frosted tips. That's funny.
Yeah, I told I'll accept all entries here, but I
Yeah.
probably won't use anything too far gone.
First commercial with Guy Fieri. You could print tire inserts out of something like Ninja Flex. I don't know what that
Ninja
means.
Flex.
Yeah.
Oh, tire inserts. I got you.
Who are the ad wizards that came up with that one? He's got it in quotes, but do you know what that quote is?
Dude, I don't know. That sounds really familiar though.
Party Size is someone half joking, but he's very good at branding.
I do like the doinks.
Doinks,
Or something like that, where
Yeah.
it's just real catchy.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be an acronym. I don't think. Like,
Yeah.
You get your doinks,
Yeah. Doinks is great, but the idea.
or you doink your bike out.
Yeah, doink your way. Yeah,
That's
just,
doinked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That word just works.
Yeah, because
so well.
then that could work on anything, right?
Yeah.
That's the zip ties and fully doinked.
Yeah. Oh, you went full doink.
You went full doink. You get the full doink package.
Doink.
Man, the
Yeah.
SKUs though, that's making me anxious. All the
Yeah.
SKUs I would need to get for that.
There are certain things like that are inside jokes that we have to explain as the channel grows that we've started saying that just like catch on. Like Owen from Kenny, who's one of the owners of Missing Falls, like we're riding bikes one night and he was like, I'm a 2x guy and I've never been into the 1x thing. It's
Yeah.
just whatever. And I was like, no, I have 2 gears up front like the good Lord intended. You know, we're drinking and everything. And he was like, oh, you're saying I'm running the Devil's Drivetrain? So that's now we've been calling 1x the Devil's Drivetrain. So,
It feels like it sometimes, and then
Yeah.
other times it feels angelic.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. It's one of these things where I'm saying it's like having these arguments is the whole goal is to enjoy riding your bike, and that's what your company is adding a little bit to that. But
Yeah, it's just a little bit of fun.
little caps.
Little caps.
A modular seat. What would that be? Yeah, I something about like trying to have color in the name, but I'm trying to think you'd want the name to be like, that's why Doinks works really well because it's so short and catchy. And Roach Clips is 2 words, but that works. It makes sense with their branding. That's why I keep trying to think, and I'm like, that's why my mind keeps going this horrible like colored crazy caps. And
Yeah,
I'm like, no,
that's where mine goes. That's kind of
Yeah.
why I would love to solicit ideas because it's just I just come up with words that are descriptive and not necessarily catchy like that.
Yeah, that's smart little things where it's like if you think of like internet branding, like with websites, you know, like the names don't describe Uber doesn't describe what Uber does, but
Right. Yeah.
it worked.
Everybody
It
knows.
totally
And you
worked.
take an Uber,
Yeah.
right? That's when you know when you've created a new noun or verb. That's,
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, you killed it. Google. I mean,
Yeah.
Google is a word that meant something, but It's not something we ever used in normal
And when you
conversation.
doink your bike.
Yeah, you doink your doink is good.
That sounds like you smashed it or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, doink. Yeah, yeah. That's why I think like Shaggy. That's where mine goes. Black. I'll tell the VGN story again, but not tonight. So VGNO, but Virtual Guys Night Out was a joke from 2020 about a long drunken story. But I said there was a story about my dad where he talking about a gay bar, and he's like, "Well, maybe it's Guys Night Out," and I'm like, "Guys Night Out doesn't exist." And then Pudgy was like, "This chat is kind of like Virtual Guys Night Out." There's the short version of VGNO.
Giano. Sounds Italian.
Chris, yeah, the caps are plastic, and that's what we're saying is one of the selling points of them is that they won't get stuck, and
Yeah.
you can make them in any color, pretty much. You said any
I
Pantone
just
color.
about any Pantone color, and yeah, they're lighter than aluminum.
Yeah, right, yeah.
If that matters to you.
Dylan said Smeesh caps. I'm
Like
surprised.
smash, Smash.
Smash,
That's a Burn Peak thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm surprised. I have to say, maybe he's sleeping.
He has the Smasher. That's how he tested out the forks. He put the sticker on there, the Smasher. Because he has a New Jersey accent. That is if you look at his old or watch his old videos, it's way more prevalent than his current.
Yeah, so Russell, your ideas aren't bad. We're not looking to totally get away from Joe's not looking to get away. That's not my business at all.
Right.
Like super branch out yet, but we're more thinking of what is a name for what is already happening, and then eventually you might branch out.
Yeah,
but,
and
we're looking for marketing for what already exists right now.
I've never really worn the product management cap, so to me it's like let's get one product under successful, and then who knows what the next one will be. Maybe it's a sticker, maybe it's a t-shirt, maybe it's another bike accessory, I don't know. But it'd be cool if I'm building it, then I'm going in the right direction. If I take on too much at once, it'll probably just fail.
Yeah. That's why I think, like you were saying, like upping the marketing game at first, and then, slowly.
It's the piece I need. Like if somebody has a great idea and I know we can build it, I know how to build stuff. Mm-hmm. That's what I know how to do. I don't know how to do a lot of the other things.
Russell must have just jumped in. So they're I'll show them over here because I don't have focus on that.
Yeah, and you can go to BCM Plastics, I think too.
Yeah, let's do
BCMplastics.com, and you can see all the colors. You can't see all colors. I'll give a clue. There's one picture in here that is the same because I forgot to take a picture of one.
Right. Yeah, so we're talking right now about colorful press-to-valve caps.
Yeah, press-to-valve dust caps.
Oh, I think I found.
Yeah, there it is.
Water blue versus blue.
Yeah.
What was Lanky's was called Just the Tip. I think that's more. Like some of those things could be like the slogan that would be hilarious to put with it. That could be on like a T-shirt or a sticker. So if it was Doinks, Just the Tip, or Frosted, what was the other one?
Frosted tips.
Yeah. What did Bradley say? Oh, they're talking about Burn Peaks, right?
Burn Peak stuff's good.
Large Doinks, we're gonna cap your asses. That slogan is hilarious. Wouldn't work with a kids bike market for sure, but yeah.
But we could have multiple brands.
Yeah, that's when. Yeah, that's you. Yeah. Doinks, we're gonna cap your asses. That's hilarious. Oh, it's funny. Reliable Waste, what's up? Also, Reliable Waste, I just dropped something in the mail for you yesterday. But he said he would buy a Devo Energy Dome version, and that's funny because Musgrave said that earlier. Pro tips.
Pro tips kind of cool.
Yeah, Russell. Now we're getting somewhere. Pro tips. That's kind of cool. I like that. 100 Charles Foster Kane said 101 valvamations.
Do these chats live on forever, or do I have to get a copy of this?
Oh no, they do. Yeah, they'll play
cool.
back with the playback. Yeah. What's up, Ronale? Was that how you pronounce that, or Roniel? Yeah. Yeah, we're just talking about I'll pull them up on screen. Actually, that's a better way to do it. Joe's business of selling colorful Presta valve caps. So anyone who's just joining us, so we were kind of trying to solicit some. So it's BCM Plastics. We're trying to solicit some good branding names because bicycle, car, motorcycle, it's not the catchiest.
Yeah, it's really not all that descriptive for who we are either.
Yeah. Tip Tops.
It's kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Tip Top Cheerio.
I think right now, Doinks and Pro Tips would be my two favorite because people say Pro Tips so much, and I wonder. There's got to be companies that are cashing in on that already, maybe, right?
Yeah, Doink sounds like something though.
Yeah, we need a.
Well, I'm.
Should I quote
Safe search
Google
on.
Doinks? Or is that what you're doing?
No, I was gonna start putting these in my mind organizer here.
Doinks premium flavored weed blunts. So at getdoinks.com. So
I don't want to compete with roach clips.
oh yeah, Urban Dictionary. A doink is an overstuffed joint typically enjoyed in Amish. Now I need to know what Amish means in the Urban Dictionary.
Yeah. Apparently, you and I don't smoke enough of anything.
Yeah, what is I don't. Someone tell me what that. We need to get Woody in here. Someone tell me what in Amish means.
Maybe.
Is that when you?
Yeah. My guess is now that Roach Clips is watching this, he might come up with a doink line.
Yeah, I know he should. Yeah. We sell him that brand.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's build it and sell it to him. I like it.
Dylan said, "Good call in the safe search." Tip of the cap. Tip of the cap, but it's long. Inner tube plastic thingy. Valve boots. Tony just said, look up big doinks in Amish. So a doink is a joint, but what is smoking a joint Amish mean? I have no idea. That is
Cappers. Cappers. That could be a baseball team almost.
Yeah.
Like a baseball.
Plus, caps are already, like, cycling hats are caps, so it's already got enough of it.
You gotta throw like a. I always, at this point of the conversation, I throw like a. They call it a PO, I think. So you say, what is it not? So it's not a dirty valve cap. It's not a. It's not exposed. It's not. It's not unprotected. I'm saying all these weird things though. But yeah, you could start saying the opposite of what it is. What it is. Say what it isn't. It might inspire something. Screw this. That's kind of cool.
Oh,
that'd be a cool slogan.
Yeah, screw this that is kind of a cool slogan. I think we're doing way better with slogans than actual names so far. But obviously, unfortunately, Doinks is one I was into, but it's not going to do it. Make sure the volume's off. Oh.
Badoink. You could say badoink.
Badoink. Whoops. Now I lost the whole chat.
Screwies.
Dang it. Why did that happen? Oh, did I accidentally paste that in there? There's no background, so I'll just repop it out. There we go.
I don't know. What do you guys like to do about, like, I always think the t-shirt companies and some of the local places always come up with really good local themes.
Mm-hmm.
What's kind of an interesting bike local thing that might be associated with bikes, but still kind of cool to, like, a cool word or sound or something that might, even if you're not from the area, you might still think it's interesting enough.
Valve buddies. Brad Z, who said screw this, he's my good friend from high school who lives in Columbus now. I'm surprised, Brad Z, you didn't come up with something with capital in it, because he loves to annoy us by, like, instead of saying Columbus, he's like, well, I guess it's time to head back to the capital. Flavor Town, as we like to rebrand it, but like he said, Valve condoms, candy caps with K's. That's not bad. That's that's where my mind kind of goes down that route.
There's a uh, there's an Amazon web store that sells little bike parts. They're pretty sure they're based out of China, but they're called bike bits.
Bike bits.
Yeah, but they sell all little kind of piece parts.
Okay, so here we go. This is how my streams go. We go down these rabbit holes, but young King Dave went viral with a video of himself smoking weed and coined the phrase "smoking big joints in Amish." I'm like, yeah, it's. I love that I'm always like the farthest behind on this stuff somehow.
I'm right there with you, man.
Keep your blowhole clean. What do you call someone from Ohio? An Ohioan, but yeah, Buckeye. But there's so much of that. I think that's too common, you know. Dylan said, "Got to steal that Capital line from Brad now." Yeah, so Dylan could annoy me as well when he's heading back home, heading back to the Capital. Oh, there's a company called Custom Caps already. Lanky looked it up.
Yeah,
Russell said, "Crusher caps."
there's custom caps with the K's, isn't that? I think they're based out of. They make the stem caps, right?
Oh, yeah.
And they're actually out of Cleveland.
Really?
Yeah.
Just the cap, good enough. Valve, Large likes Valve buddies. I do like that idea. I feel like it either has to be an alliteration or like the nonsensical word like doinks, which we found out is not usable. I people right here. People also ask, do the Amish smoke big joints?
Probably.
Oh, is young King Dave not with us anymore, Tony? Number of votes for Valve Buddies. What do you call someone from Ohio? An Ohio guy. Yeah.
Just the cap. It's pretty good.
Doinks is totally usable. That guy is dead. I think it already has a strong association though, because you guys all know what it's from. So
yeah, I really think Woody's probably better suited.
Yeah,
for that
that's
one.
yeah. It's perfect for Woody.
It is.
Yeah. I'm surprised none of the
I talk like I know Woody. I don't know him.
Oh,
I need to go.
But you know his brand.
Yeah, I know his brand. Yeah. But he's next on my list of guys to work with. Hopefully, if you're out there.
Yeah, it makes sense for the two of you to have something, you know, because they're different enough. Ideas.
Yeah, just to share.
Yeah.
Share ideas.
Yeah, Woody's one of my. I know Ben Large because of Woody, so just started riding on Wednesday nights, and me and Woody and my buddy Wes, and started inviting other people. It's pretty much how I know all my cycling buddies. But
yeah, we were talking about that. How it's just. It's yeah. I mean, the guy Matt who just got that Gunner.
Mm-hmm.
I've been riding with him from work, and that was kind of how we started. Was like, we don't get enough exercise. You just got to start doing stuff. And I'm like, I like riding my bike. I don't ride it enough, and we still ride every Thursday. And then that's grown, and now the bike fleet has grown on everybody's bike fleets are multiplying. So it's fun.
Around here, doink is euphemism for bang. Huh. Doinkter, I guess, yeah. Gunner, have to check with the clown if you can use it? What does that mean, party size? Oh, yeah, Charles, Wolf 2 sells, little anodized.
Yep.
Erin even has those on because she rides that lavender Bombora, and she has, the chain bolt rings that match and everything.
I have one aluminum valve cap set that I like because it has the valve tool built on the top of it. So not against them. Just, it's different.
Caps.
I mean, you could take any of those slogans and try to smash it up into one word.
Yeah.
I guess, too. Put a cap on it.
Put a cap on it.
And just keep saying it till it sounds like something else.
Yeah. Like we do. We were
Cap
just
on it.
Yeah. We were just talking about that on Saturday when we were having a beer after the ride. How if you weren't from here, how our one friend Dawn was like, when I got here, like everyone looked at me like I was crazy because I pronounced all the syllables of everything. And so we were using the example of, because we're in Cuyahoga Falls right now, and if you think about it, like you would say Cuyahoga, but nobody actually.
Yeah, I
it's
think
Cuyahoga. Like
Cuyahoga.
Cuyahoga. Yeah, it's like you get it down to what, 2.
How did the Pretenders say it? Cahoga.
Yeah, from Seneca to Cuyahoga Falls.
Cahoga
Yeah.
Falls.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like we don't pronounce, which is funny because those words are actually like native words that were very, syllable oriented. Cuyahoga, Ohio.
Yeah.
But yeah, she said it took her a while to learn that like we just string everything together.
I specifically remember that one when I had to learn how to spell it. It was a spelling word, and I used what's that called when you like make those associations, like Michael Scott. I learned everybody's name in the office, but I learned it because, and it was actually my mom said, just remember guys, Ahaga.
Oh.
And then, but change, because like I knew how to spell. My buddy, one of my buddies' names was Guy, and just, he didn't eat a lot of food, but my mom said that, and then like, I was like, oh, that's how you spell Kai Ahaga. Just change the G to a C, and you got it.
That's happened. I know some of that stuff, like to remember, that still sticks in my
Stuck
head
with
when
me
you go
since
to
like
ride.
I was 7.
Yeah.
Weird.
I had a teacher tell me to spell dessert versus desert, the 2 S's,
Yeah,
strawberry shortcake, and that I've never written the word dessert without thinking in my mind strawberry
Yeah, it was for me because
shortcake.
you want more of it.
Yeah. REM has a Cuyahoga song? I don't know it. Yeah. Yeah, the Pretenders have a song. Chrissy Hynde wrote about coming back here to Akron, and it was a negative song, like about like how it's been ruined. Like
Yeah,
the
it was
suburbs have been
beautiful,
ruined. Yeah.
and now it's all parking
Yeah.
lots and strip malls, and
Yeah, but she name checks Cuyahoga Falls in that, which
Mhm.
borders Akron. Valve nuts, D's caps. Joe, sorry, everyone in this chat is a degenerate.
That's
he
not-
knew what he was getting into.
yeah, I do.
Yeah. Russell said the market is saturated with people trying to make the same stuff out of the same material over and over. There's a niche to be had if you get in first. Yeah.
It's true.
Which I think is something here, because this is like something simple, but
Yeah, you don't see too many different color plastic caps
Yeah.
out there. There are a few other people who kind of rebrand what we do, but they don't get all the colors. They're very limited in the colors.
I feel like everyone's focusing on the caps, and I feel like a big thing, if I was going to go with a name that like was descriptive, would be about the colors more than the caps.
That's actually a good point. Yeah,
Which
because
it's
that's really
interesting to see where the chat went with that, but
yeah. And I think that's just the obvious thing, right? And I don't know if it will always be caps. I have no idea.
that's a good reason to maybe steer away from having
Mhm.
caps in the name in case you did branch out into other, like you said, injection molded.
Yeah, little piece parts.
Yeah, the idea of doing plastics in colors, like bike stuff, if that helps anyone, like, because I'm not coming up with anything, I'm just saying the
Yeah,
words. Like, what would be like something that could, so you don't lock yourself in a.
Yeah, it's that's actually a great point because it's really about customization, to be noticed or just to make that bike your own, to personalize it somewhat. I think it's more on the like something this small is really just to make it a little bit more of your own version of that bike and make it feel like yours. I think that's why you do it, right? So that's your bike, and it. I think the other thing too, it's a little bit of a conversation starter because if you're a bike person, you look at other people's bikes and other people are looking at your bike, and that's one way you can kind of tell, it's you work on that bike. Like if you see a bike and it has a dork disc on it, you're like, that guy probably doesn't work on his bike, you know. But if
Yeah.
you see one without, you're probably like, yeah, that guy does, right?
Large asked a good question here. He said, "Do you have the ability to do multicolor caps?" And when he went with his next comment, I knew that's exactly what he meant. I was picturing vinyl records.
It's
But
really
he said
hard.
like swirl or tie dye or rainbow.
Yeah, not it kind of looks like to do they call that like transitionals a lot of times when you're in plastics. So you'll run a color and then you'll transition the color, and then you get these unique blends. These are so small that you kind of get like more of a blob than a swirl. Um, and you end up just getting like if you're mixing if you're mixing the two colors, you'll kind of get the color in between
That's what I
more
was
than
thinking.
you'll get a swirl.
Would you get a short run of swirl and then so say you were doing pink
You
and
might get some like really nice like strains, or you might get a cap with like half of it is one color, half of it is a blend. It doesn't really look like a swirl because of the way that tooling is.
Because it would almost have to be sending in the colors.
Yeah, and
completely.
that would be really expensive because I'd essentially be asking the operators to constantly do changeovers because it would go through so quick. But that's a manufacturing thing you probably don't need to know, but it's possible.
Yeah.
I think what a lot of people do is probably would paint it or put some other sort of coating on it or etch it out. You could laser etch a pattern and kind of neat.
Yeah, I'm thinking we have a friend, one of our cycling friends, who's actually a really good cyclist at cross and mountain bikes. The company he actually works for is the plastic pellets that they then use to put into something like this.
Yep, there's a lot of
But-
that in Ohio too, actually.
Yeah, a ton
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've worked for some companies and a buddy owns one, but like he was saying how they had some like lazy employees, and one of my friends worked there, and it was like one of those pellets slips into like the wrong spot, it ruins like
Ruins the batch.
a massive run. And so when I'm trying to picture injection molding, I'm thinking like, yeah, it's only going to just change the overall color, not
Yeah, it's
give you that.
it's small enough. But yeah, if you have a bigger piece, you do get this kind of like swirl effect, and you'll often see like manufacturers sell that like on the side sometimes. They'll sell the transitional product.
Pigment parts, Micah said. Chris mentioned dork discs. Do you know what a dork disc
Oh
is?
yeah. We were just talking about
Yeah. Melting them down and turning them into.
them. Maybe that's what the next product would be, is a cool looking dork disc. Like, who's doing that?
Yeah, because people do. I have them all hanging over there because it's one of the first things I take off my vintage bikes.
Yeah.
You know?
And we could sell it to a mountain biker as like something that keeps their drivetrain clean or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like you could, if you had something that would actually be kind of cool, like a vinyl. Man, I should probably shut up. This is a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop. No,
Nobody. I think you're
if
the
you
only
had
one
like
here with
a
a plastics company.
what if you had like a vinyl? Think about putting like a vinyl disc in there instead of a dork disc.
Let me grab one in case
those.
someone doesn't know what they are. 'Cause I
Okay,
have, like,
yeah.
5 of them right here.
But if you put that where the dork disc would go, then you could turn that into a personalized piece of that wheel. Rather than right now they ship the cheapest, thinnest plastic they possibly can because it's just a necessity.
Yeah, so these are a couple dork discs from vintage bikes, and they go between your rear cassette and your spokes.
Yep.
Or your freewheel on the bikes that these would have come off of. But yeah, just so your chain doesn't go into your spokes. But
that would be a cool transitional piece because it's nice and wide.
Yeah.
So you could get that marbly.
Yeah, you could picture a colored vinyl records that I have a bunch of. And one of the reasons these are so ugly is because they made them clear.
Yeah.
Which look fine on a new bike, but they look like this now after, 20 years, and they're really
And they
ugly.
put those ridges in there so you could never clean them again. Like, I don't know
Yeah,
why those
yeah.
ridges are in there.
Yeah.
Like a vinyl disc. Like, but if that was smooth, you might actually be able to clean them.
Oh, this one's actually a French Heuret.
Yeah, they
That must
like
come off my dad's bike.
run your finger over there.
Yeah, it's got the
like,
it's got the groove.
It just a groove
Why?
that fits, that just traps just the right amount of grease.
Yeah, same with this one. It's got like a
They
star
all do.
pattern.
I don't know why they do that.
Oh, this one's a Sun Tour. But yeah, again, that's just enough so that it just makes it impossible to do anything with. Huh. Yeah, I've got some all metal ones too. Yeah, just a weird.
You could test that business just if you knew somebody who was like decent at painting or artwork. You could just take the old ones and
Yeah.
or do
Well,
those cool spinny things, right? You could just put the paint on there, spin them.
I'm looking at the size of this one. It looks like a 7 or 45, like vinyl record.
Yeah,
Is it
it
like the
really
same
does. Yeah,
machine?
yeah,
Like this company, like they printed these. That's why there's grooves in there because
yeah,
that's all they can do. you know?
yeah. Carbon fiber dork discs.
Yeah. I bet someone's doing carbon fiber. But Chris said those aluminum dork discs have their place.
The aluminum ones are cool. It looks like a vintage 50s like tire. It looks cool. All chromed up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Dylan said carbon, carbon fiber dork discs, please. So maybe they don't exist.
Hmm.
Funny looking brake rotors, yeah. Way before brake rotors were a thing. Joe Caps. Oh, I didn't see Blackball's idea.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone in my family has a name that begins with J. So I thought we could play on that too, but
Oh, yeah.
there's some the first thing I did was take the C out of there and that wasn't a good idea, so I'm not gonna do that anymore.
Yeah. Dork discs, aka pie plates. I've heard them called pie plates too.
Yeah, yeah. That'd be kind of cool. You get some like Polish pottery dork disc.
Yeah. Dylan said only Tim would have a vintage collection of dork discs, and he's right. And the funny thing is, I only grabbed 2 of them. There's like 3 more around here at least.
You should stick that on a record player. See what it sounds like.
Yeah. vintage, vintage dork. Yeah, so. Speaking of vintage dork, I had forever, like before YouTube or before becoming a photographer, I was always trying to think of like a bit same like you. Like you wanted to have a business, and buying one was the way to get that route. I was always trying to think of how I could build one. I always loved everything vintage, and I didn't know what. But there was a local band in Akron, and they had a line in their song about a song called "My Handsome Hat," which I love. But she said it made me look like an old-fashioned nerd. And old-fashioned nerd, I actually bought the domain back in the day, not knowing what I was going to do with
Man,
it.
that sounds like a dork disc company.
I know, exactly. Yeah, I know. The old-fashioned nerd.
So I came on here to get a new name, but we just started another
Yeah,
company. That's what we did.
Yeah.
And you probably know people who could like make beautiful dork discs.
Yeah.
Dork discs that are too nice to put on your bike.
When Tony said vintage dork, I'm like, God, vintage dork, and I'd already had a business idea called old-fashioned nerd. That's so perfect.
Old-fashioned nerd. I like that.
Yeah. Houseguest, actually, Pat Carney from the Black Keys put out their records, but that's my
Okay.
favorite. Houseguest is my favorite Akron band of all time. So no offense, Pat,
Houseguest.
but yeah. Dork disc only needed when you have that outrageous Granny Gear cog, which we all do now. People have 50s on the back. Like, there would be a much bigger. The rear cassettes now are bigger than this dork disc.
Yeah.
You know? These were on bikes when they had what, a 28 in the back, maybe.
Shoot, you could put an ad on the other side
Yeah.
and read it
Yeah.
and see it.
Reading these comments. Oh, those little records. Yeah. What do you call the records that were super thick? Flexies. Flexies?
Super.
Yeah, they used to do magazines. Like when I was a kid, you could get a magazine and it would have a record in it.
Oh yeah, it's like
They were
paper
they're
thin.
square.
I remember that we had a.
The record would be printed on it, but you could drop it on your record player and.
So I remember that because we had one from like I think it had like the McDonald's song on it.
Yeah, they would have. That's a cereal box. It would have.
Yeah,
like,
and it would
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You'd pop it off the back of the. Reliable Waste said Slapdicks. Wake up that boring whip. Slapdicks is kind of
cool.
a cool name. It has kind of like an 80s sound to it. Oh.
Slap caps.
Muskrat said he needs a heliochromatic hub removal tool to remove his dork disc from his Trek. So you can find them on eBay, Muskrat, but the thing to do is to take a pair of slip joints and a towel. Because heliochromatic, you actually don't need a tool. Anything will twist them off. So because I've removed them from. I actually have a heliochromatic hub over there. Heliochromatic. I always say it with an R. There's no R in there. But they do sell them online, and it's a bottle opener on one side usually, on the heliochromatic tool on the other. But anything will remove one. You just don't want to mar it up if you're going to use it again. So put like a towel or some duct tape or something like that on it. Oh, so Party Size says Decibel Mag still does those Flexi Records as inserts for the magazine every month. Oh. Large Marge said slapticles. Zis caps, zis up your bike.
This.
Screw tops.
Should probably start. We should, before we fall in love with that, we should Google it first. We learned our lesson.
Yeah. Twisters. I think that's a little too common. Slapdicks. Let's see if there is a slapdicks.
That sounds like a.
Because it has plastic. It sounds.
Isn't that a band? Slapdicks.
I'm thinking like Plasmatics was an '80s band. And let's see. Slapsticks, but that was a.
Like I think of it. Maybe I'm thinking of. So I worked on some app development things with all the haptic stuff, and I think there is like a. I think that's when you're angry, right? You'd have slapdicks.
I don't know. It might be a. Nothing is coming up. Let's try singular. I haven't heard this word forever, but
You could make that slap tips. Take that S out of there.
I don't think it matters as one word, but they used to call this, and I haven't heard anyone say this forever. If you Google a word and there's no results, it's a Google whack.
Oh yeah.
Videos of slaptick? No, nothing.
No, that seems pretty open.
Team slaptick. There it is.
It's a professional Fortnite team. I think we're okay.
Yeah. These 13-year-olds aren't going to know how to see you.
They might. They might come ruin your feet here. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you see that last week?
I did see that.
Yeah, we got like bombarded, but Large figured out how to shut them down.
Get them down there.
Yeah. Nurples.
I'm surprised you can't just boot people out of here.
We could. I think he was just.
Kept
using
coming back
a program
in.
to recreate a new.
Oh, I see.
Let's see. Nurple Capticles. Bike nads. Slapstick equals vaudeville comedy. Yeah. Lovecraftian.
Screw tops. Twisters. That's kind of neat.
Some ideas.
Yeah, I mean, this is good. I'll put it all back into the ideation machine.
Yeah, it's one of those things where maybe it just like with all these ideas, it just ends up coming to you. Cream of the crop from Jay Bird. It's funny to think of Flexies. Yeah, that was such a thing for a while. My friend has like a really valuable one from a 70s British band called The Jam. He found it somewhere and bought it, but it came out with a magazine, and now since only like a few thousand were made, it's
trying to get in the Discord and I still can't.
No, it won't let you.
I just ignored it, and then I need to get in there.
No, I want you to identify chickens again.
Yeah, I had to identify what was a chicken, and I was sweating there for a minute.
Let's see what else we got. Don't let your holes get plugged. Cap them. Huh? I really thought at first
There's a lot of good slogans in here, I think.
Yeah, we've come up with really good slogans. We haven't none of the doinks thing I really like there, but then I realized
I keep bringing back the local stuff, and I don't know. I'm surprised people aren't jumping on that one a little bit.
Yeah.
Not that I mind. You guys can do whatever you want.
Well, because Akron too, after being the rubber city of capital, they tried to rebrand us as like the polymer capital and all of that stuff, but slapdicks. slapticles. We had a whole thing about those. I don't think he's in here tonight, Jay Dandy. Those slap bags that I think what's his name was Ryan Van Duzer was like promoting, but all about the slap bags, and there's been a lot of connotations and stuff like that.
Yeah, it just says something went wrong.
Did you use the name Carl?
Skip it.
Carl just got in here.
I don't know. It's a wait a moment. So I waited a moment. Oh, well, let's try to get in it later.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I wanted to give. So I promised my buddy Matt I'd try to get you those pictures. But
Oh, of his green gunner. Yeah.
see if I can get it on there.
Oh, Charles got a local name there. BF Goodcap.
Light caps. Cap year.
Cap year. But what is okay? Tony's comments here. I feel like I need to take a deep breath.
I like BF good cap. That's like funny. I know.
Yeah, BF Goodcap. You'll hit the zeitgeist too, because there's a big thing about those the smokestacks coming down, and some people are now trying to preserve them. Tony, that's way too much. Oh, Carl. Oh, so Micah D or Carl. All right. Because it lets me know who has. Other people are making it in the Discord. Why aren't you making it?
It just at something on my app. It says when I'm in the app, it's like we're having trouble right now. So I don't know. Something went wrong while syncing.
Huh.
Please wait a moment and try again. And then I hit. You can skip, but then the same thing comes up. So I've added my actual name, a fake name. I've skipped. Same issue. I don't know.
Let me resend you a different invite and see if it helps.
Oh, maybe it's because it was older. I don't know. I could try to email you the picture, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we could pull it up from wherever.
I hope you guys like the top of my head while I do this.
Yeah.
I just realized that.
Reliable Voice said bike hype with all Y's instead of.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Cap hype. Bike hype. Colors. You gotta get that color theme incorporated back in, or personalization word.
Charles is on a good path with the localism.
Mm-hmm.
So we've had one of those. A lot of funny names, some catchy names, but still nothing with color. I think color and plastics. Well, the capticles. I'm still trying to think of I like the idea of because color is the
that's what
feature.
makes it.
And even if you
unique.
branch out, you're still doing plastics and color. Would still
anything I branch out into would probably be to make something to make your bike personalized in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spectrum caps, Brad says, but we already have this horrible cable company that owns everything around here that we all hate. And I read that at first and thought of the Spectrum, and then my mind instantly went to that place I have to pay every month that I can't stand, and sends me a piece of mail every day of the week trying to get me upgrade. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see the anxiety.
Just
growing. All you had to do is say Spectrum.
Yeah, exactly.
What about you could say Prism? Something
Prism.
like a Prism.
That's bad. Yeah.
Pink Floyd.
Yeah. What would be a Prism? That's a good. Tony just texted me to read his product. He said, "Read my product pitch, coward."
Everyone's still reading it.
Yeah, everyone's reading it. Don't worry. Starship caps, cap power. Man, yeah, Prism. I'm trying to. Is there a color term that's less? Thesaurus color? Is there a thesaurus.com?
Oh yeah, I use it all the time. People think I'm way smarter than I am. Thanks to the Thesaurus.
Here we go. Polychromasia. Pigmentation. Someone actually said something similar to that, didn't they? Complexion. Tinct. Intensity, hue, glow, dye, iridescence. Iridescence is super specific, though, to a kind of color.
It's like lighting, isn't it? Like the light.
Yeah, like it's something that's iridescent, like glows, right? Yeah. Tincture. Complexion. Cast.
The lighter and orange they get, the less it is tangent.
Yeah.
You could hit like hue. You can click on any of those and you're gonna get other words too.
We.
You like key, like a chroma key.
Chroma key.
You can do like a bike key. Chroma bike.
See what hue gives us. Complexion, tinge, tone, tint, aspect. Huh. Dye, value. Huh. None of these are really triggering. These are all the words for different colors, and nothing's really triggering.
Complexion. That's like if I was selling a bike fragrance. Like
Yeah.
complexion.
Wait, is Prism with a Y?
It's a great question. I think you're on it because it's with Spectrum, and
Oh, yeah.
it's up. Prism is also like that cylinder, right?
Yeah. The British probably spell with a Y, right?
Probably, or a U.
Yeah.
Color.
Party size like chroma. Large said Pantone Zone.
Pantone.
Pantone's actually a brand, right?
Pantone is a trademark brand.
Yeah. Because Adobe just lost their, they can't use Pantone anymore. They've always used it. And I just
really?
read something, Adobe and Pantone just had some kind of
Oh, that's weird.
falling out. Because they've always used Pantones when you use the color codes and all that stuff.
Huh. I wonder why they didn't use other codes.
Maybe we should revisit DOI and KS. So, yeah. Rust belt caps, alien caps, industrial caps, cap power, starship caps, spectrum caps. Pigments of your imagination. That's great for something. I don't think it's this, but that is a great phrase. I think that would be, again, a great slogan.
Yeah, that's a really cool slogan. I like that.
Yeah. Bike hues rhymes with bike pubes.
That's what I want to rhyme with.
Yeah. Bike pubes is a really popular Instagram that kind of makes fun of
I gotcha.
everything that's trendy in the alt.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense now.
We also have a friend, Ryan Hugh, who is a chemist for I keep thinking BF Goodrich. What's the company that owns Firestone? Bridgestone. His last name's Hugh. I actually got him a birthday card once that I found because it was about Hughes, and that's actually his name. But Pantone Zone. That's a cool name, but yeah, again, it's already a trademark name.
Pantera.
Capterra. Pigments
Bike
of your
Terra.
imagination. I think that might be my favorite slogan. That's not a funny one.
Yeah.
Like a catchy one.
You could say it in a funny way though, if you wanted to.
Yeah. In a funny voice.
We're just a pigment of your imagination.
Yeah. Cream of the crop component.
So it's funny we mentioned cream because for whatever reason this guy, I call it gum wall. If you're on BCM Plastics and you see the gum wall tire or the gum wall color up there, he used to call that color cream soup. Cream soup, and I'm like I have a lot of them.
Because that wasn't
it wasn't.
catchiest.
I was like, this looks exactly like somebody wants to match their gum wall tire. But Yeah, it's like a
Cream soup.
go up. There it is. Gumball.
Oh,
He
yeah.
called
That's what
that
he
cream
changed.
soup, which just sounds disgusting.
Yeah, and nobody wants anything
I don't
called
know.
cream soup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Party said he had to walk away. What ended up being the issue with Doinks? Well, it means. What was the phrase? Smoking. Do I still have it up here? Yeah. It's a. There's a brand Doinks that sells premium flavored weed blunts. So, and then in the Urban Dictionary, it's a doink is an overstuffed joint typically enjoyed in Amish. We are out here smoking big doinks in Amish. Is this the? Oh yeah, I could actually play this stuff because I don't put monetization.
Big old doinks, 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 gang. Big old doinks, big old doinks, big old doinks, big old doinks, big old doinks.
That's got to be the remix.
Big old doinks, 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 gang.
He's not the original though, isn't he? Because it wasn't that King J guy.
I think that's him, but I think this must be like a remix of.
Yeah. No, everyone's getting mad about the remix. Okay.
This probably isn't right.
Sorry. I'll
Send a link.
Large tried to, but it didn't work. Oh,
That's
here
one.
it is, original.
Uh,
No, let's try and see if Large's link works now. Oh, I can't
See?
click it in here.
That's what happens when.
I need to copy that and paste it. Sorry, guys. Oh, because it's a Oh, whoa! Did I lose everything? Trying to click on Large's link.
Oh, did you just close it down?
Let's see.
Oh.
Large, you're really messing me up. Let's see. Is that how we end it? I don't know if we're still here.
Are we still here? Can you guys hear us?
I think we are.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're still
Good.
in here moving. Let's see if I'll make it go back to the full screen and then we'll know. Yeah, I can't get that. I can't. Well, here it says original here. Let's see if there's a trap remix. We're gonna give it 1 second before. Oh yeah, we're still good. Just big delay on the.
Out here in Amish, smoking big doinks in Amish. Big old doinks.
That's how you get famous in 2018.
Gang.
I should just call it game.
Yeah.
Bike game.
Out.
Does your bike have game? Bike game. That could work.
That was about as TikToked as you could get. Well, what do you think? Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, we can. I'm good. I got a bunch of stuff here I can go back and look through. If you
Yeah.
want to give some caps away, we can do that.
Oh yeah. Should we try and pick the best one to?
I feel like I'm gonna make somebody feel bad then. You guys really gave it your all here.
Yeah. Or we could come up with a contest starting now. What is the best name that doesn't have doinks in it? How about this, guys? Um, someone come up with something with color in the name, like the best something with color. That's not Spectrum, just because I hate Spectrum, and that's already a big brand. But what would be the best name with color, and what would be a second, and then the best? I don't know if anyone could top. What was it? BF Good Cap, but
BF Good Cap was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I like that.
Ostachio. I'm trying to think of a second contest because we could give away a couple. We could pick the best name, and then. Tony said I had the best business idea, the Fitzwater valve, so please send me some doinks. Caparation, cap plus saturation. Crayon caps, not bad. Interesting one.
Capolas.
Capolas.
That's kind of cool. It's like it's got some of the kind of sounds Polish. I'm part Polish. Kind of neat.
Caparation.
My grandma would say that. That's crapola.
Crapola, yeah. Crayon craps. I thought we were gonna people. Like I said, we've come up with like a million great slogans, but I thought it'd be like so
Yeah.
many good ideas we wouldn't.
Capolis. Yeah, that's pretty good. There's it's good. I mean, I think you plug this back into like it's kind of the start too. So you got to
Yeah.
plug it back in. I didn't give you guys a ton to like go off of.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's like anything though. You start with that big circle when you're brainstorming. You throw
Yeah,
everything
you
out there, and it's like kind of that some of that stuff.
Easiest thing to do is just start eliminating things like, and
Yeah.
then you get it smaller and smaller.
Capature, and like I said, sometimes you have all these ideas in your mind, and then something just like ends up clicking, and you're like, "That's what it's got to be." Like with some time to think about it, but color components. Yeah, I'm surprised too. Even looking at the source of color, that like nothing jumped out on there being really.
Yeah, there's so many descriptive color words you would have thought. I don't know what they are now on the spot, but I know there's a lot of them. I was going through colors too, like just trying to think of new color names, because pink is a color, right? But like to come up with something that's a lot more descriptive, or even just more fun,
Yeah. Yeah, like trying to find something like strawberry lemonade or.
Yeah, exactly. Like the yellow, or the any of the colors on there could be. You could just be a lot more descriptive than red.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so you got rose red.
So
espresso.
all these ideas might eventually lead me to some color name.
Yeah.
And like we want it to be descriptive in the sense, that you would know what color you're getting if you didn't see it, but at the same time you want it to be kind of fun, kind of catchy, a little bit more inspiring than just say green.
What is Kelly green? Kelly green.
So it's like I think got some here. There's one right there.
But what is the
That
name
is
come
it.
from?
I don't know. I've just always known that color to be Kelly green.
Oh, that's just a.
Yeah, my wife mentioned it actually.
Oh. Huh. Oh yeah, we should show that.
Here, get all that one out of there. Clean that up a little. I'll just bury it. Like that. Yeah, those are all the colors there.
Let me go full screen.
There you go.
Yeah, that gives you an idea.
Yeah. So this is kind of the sample I keep around with me at all times. When people order stuff, I'll quickly make up their order and ship it out. And I have a whole bunch of other caps other places, but this is a good way for me to just see what colors we have all in one spot.
Double rainbow caps. What is the double rainbow thing from? That yelling it's a double rainbow. That's got to be a movie.
That's a YouTube.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's like one of the original YouTubes I think that went viral. It might have even been before YouTube actually. No, I'm thinking about it.
Gotta have those doinks. No cap. Rainbow caps or screws of spectrum. Screw of spectrum.
That's kind of cool.
Valve caps, but they have
Prism
color.
screws.
Yeah.
Screws of spectrum.
Unrive valve.
Screw spectrum.
Yeah.
That'd be that like captures the local thing, the colors, the
Yeah. Yeah.
makes a statement.
Yeah. Brad said, "Can you send me some yellow caps? I'll Venmo you. Buy them from the website."
Yeah, they're right on the website. Yeah. Launched a website, or if you're more comfortable with eBay, that's still there too.
Yeah, Brad, right here. All you have to do is order them right from that link. A couple of different yellows, right?
Yellow,
gel.
I've got like one color of yellow. But the Conti orange is very.
Oh,
Some
okay.
people like that too. And you can get them in 4 or in a 12-pack.
Unrivalved. I kind of like that one. I think the if the logo like went well to like show the letters.
Yeah.
Unrivalved.
That'll be the next step once we kind of get that nailed down. Start to go down the logo. I like Unrivaled.
Hey, what's up, Patty? Patty's from out in Arizona. Haven't chatted with you for a while. How is party sizes? Floor pies? How is he saying this? Floor pies?
Schlorpies. I need a pronunciation key with that. Schlorpies.
Tony said, "I lost one of Joe's caps in upstate New York this summer. I hope someone found it and was mystified."
What color was it?
Yeah. Gotta have those doinks, no cap. I like that. I think if I pick one to send one to, it'd be unrivalved. Because even though I was hoping for a colored, I think that's really clever for at least like this stuff. Reliable. Let me know what, pick a couple, name a color and send you a couple. I have his address. Oh, Tony said it was gray, unfortunately. Chiplorpies?
Schlorpies.
Sorry, just giving me the pronunciation of party.
I gotcha.
sizes,
Schlorpies. I don't know. I'm missing that one.
Yeah, me too. Chiplor, please. Chiplor peas. What do you think? Would you think there's a second one we should pick and send someone?
Yeah, sure. You know, you can pick it.
Press to fits.
I kind of like that. It's kind of funny.
Who did the one that was like, that kind of had like plastic in the name? Because that was, oh, plastics with just a C. Nurples. Slapticles. Oh, that was Reliable Waste as well. It's the same. Short peas nuts. Oh, the reason Brad was asking is because I'll actually see him on
Oh, gotcha.
Thursday.
Yeah, we can set that up.
Some yellows. Yeah. What color would you go with, Reliable? Did they say? Party's been doing doing. Sorry.
Who did it was like I kind of liked Screw of Spectrum. I thought that was pretty cool.
That's Brad. Well, that's perfect then.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I'll see him, then we don't even have to ship them.
Okay,
So,
cool.
give Brad a couple yellow ones. So, yeah, I think it's cool. Reliable, whatever color you want, we'll send some out, and then Brad Z, I'll grab some yellow ones for you. Black.
I got him. We have him.
I've got them. I've got a whole handful of black ones as well. Do you want something more interesting than black?
I'll throw in something in there.
Yeah. Yeah, 10:45. It's getting late.
Brown or green?
Oh, brown
Cool.
or green would be cool.
Yep. Cool.
Tim drinks water. Let me. I know how my number is. This. Reliable. Brown and green. Grab some yellows for Brad. Cool. Only the tips. Yeah,
So
we had a couple.
We've gone full circle now.
Yeah, we've had a couple close ones to that. Patty jumped in here later, but yeah, the old man is getting sleepy. Yeah, it's 11:15.
This is when I fall asleep during TV time.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on. This is
Yeah,
fun.
no, thanks for having me. It's cool.
Yeah, like I said, slogans for days. I mean, like.
yeah, no, it's been really cool. It's cool to see what people want to see too, right?
Yeah.
So that's good too, and yeah, thanks for having me. It was cool to get to meet you and get to know you a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, if any of you guys need caps, just go to BCM Plastics. Hopefully, it'll be on a different brand soon, but
Yeah.
this will be up there forever, so you can go get them on there.
Yeah. If you could figure out the Discord, we could put the new name when you.
Yeah.
come up
Well,
with it.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we get it all set up.
Reliable said it was fun. Thanks for the laughs. Night party size. Ah, what's up, Pudgy? Jumping in here at the end. All right, guys. Yeah. Obviously, no stream on Thursday. It's Thanksgiving for anyone obviously in the U.S. and the rest of the world, because I'm sure you're obliterated by our culture wherever you live, whether it's in the U.S. or not. So yeah, no stream on Thursday. Hopefully next Tuesday. Should have another video out this weekend. I don't know, whenever I get the time for it. Obviously, all kinds of family stuff this weekend, but. And then, yeah, are you going to do Krampus this year? Are you going to head out there or anything, you think?
I don't know. I might. Yeah, I didn't even look at that yet. I think I will be out of town that week, but I would like to. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
I wanted to do more cross races this year, but the season just didn't allow it for me. But yeah, I'd love to.
I always like to get out to them just to hang out.
They're cool, yeah.
You also jumped into, like, I think the hardest cross race I've ever seen, which is funny.
Yeah, I mean, well, for a bigger guy too, like that the earth that day was more like soup. Like it,
Yeah.
I know it gets worse in cross races than it could have been worse.
Yeah.
But it was like it was already that way for me because like half of my bike tire felt like it was in the dirt.
Yeah, and then that horrible climb.
That climb, I got off and just walked because I knew
Yeah.
it would be easier and I'd probably have more energy if I walked that to get through the rest of it.
Some people were running that faster.
Well,
than
run it, yeah.
the people who were staying on the bikes anyway.
That was fun though, and my kids loved it. They had a blast.
Yeah, if anyone's in the area, Large said it's December 4th this year, but down at the is that Manitowoc?
Yeah, Manitowoc.
Camp Manitowoc in the Cuyahoga Valley, so easy to ride to and everything.
Yeah,
So,
that was a cool course, and hopefully you have some good weather.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
yeah, Chris also said, looking forward to some custom dork discs. All right, Muskrat, Bradley.
Yeah, thanks for the good wishes, guys.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
All right, everyone have a good night, and we'll see you live hopefully next Tuesday.
Okay. Okay, bye.
All right.
Cause
Yeah.
this time I'm just kidding.
Fitzwater photo.